So if you're tuning in, what we're going to be doing in this live stream is we're going to actually take a look at some video editing performance of this beast over here. So do you know what we're talking about in here? Let me show you. So if we are on the, oh my goodness, there's a huge delay in here. That's really annoying. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to figure that out. This is seriously annoying. What we're gonna do. So what you're seeing here is our CPU. Okay. Seeing the CPU? It's a Threadripper. If you want to check out the PC specs, by the way, they're all in there. Buzz. We've got 192 gigabytes of RAM. We've got GPU 1, GPU 2. And let's take a look how these are going to go for video editing then. Are they any good? We're going to take a look. Oh, by the way, we've got Kingston Fury 2 terabyte. That's the G5, so one of the fastest drives I've ever tested. This is the operating system. And then we've got this one there. Project drive 4 terabytes, another project drive 4 terabytes. So it's an absolute beast. And what I want to do is we're going to leave this just on the side here. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Do you know what? We're going to have to make the scaling of this smaller. I'm sorry guys. If you're watching this on your phone, it might be a little bit hard for you to do this, but we're gonna go for 200, maybe even less, 175. Okay, hope this is all right for everybody. Can you still see that? SLI? No, it's not an SLI. Okay, it's just plug to thing and let's see what happens. Okay, it's not an SLI. So one in there. Hey, why did that go off? Okay, there we go. That's the other one. Oh my goodness. Current. Okay, that's what we want to see for now. Let's get that there. CPU temperatures, they're probably not going to be interesting because the GPU temperatures are going to be, oh man, gonna just take a few things off here. Don't want to see them. Don't want to see these. Okay, any of these? See, yep. Okay, this is kind of good thing to take a look at now. Alrighty. So we're gonna add that on this side. This is probably not. Can we make this smaller? Okay, so you can see what decode is happening there. While people are coming in, so I've got a timeline here. If you're like new to this test, I've got a timeline here. This is, by the way, the beta version of Premiere Pro. Okay, and this is 25.4, and this supports hardware playback for a lot of these things. I have found one weird quirk on this though. For some reason, if I do want to insert Blackmagic Raw, then it's not actually, for some reason, doing it. Now, I have got the Blackmagic Raw installed on this PC. Where is desktop? There we go, playback. So if we search in there, it finds this. As you can see, you've got the Blackmagic Raw installed. If I press OK, there's going to be some kind of generic error. I don't know what's going on, but that's that. So what we're going to be doing is, first of all, this is a 20-minute timeline. Yeah, okay, let it be. And I'm going to H264, yes, more presets. I'm gonna go YouTube. We're gonna export it to YouTube format. Okay, so this is just general 4K H264, and then you know, everything else if I just go in there. So we're gonna just send it to media encoder. Yes, okay, I know there's, you know, offline media present, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna be using the latest DaVinci Resolve. Okay, that's gonna be DaVinci Resolve 20. Alrighty, so here it is. While this is going, let's take a look. How does the hardware react to this? Okay. Oh, look at that. It's already using both of the GPUs on this export. Oh, has Adobe done some tricks? So I want to show you that, so you can see that it's kind of happening in the background there. RAM usage, 55 gigs used. One of the GPUs is pulling 360 watts. The other one, 300, now dropped to 200. So that means that we're pulling power through there. Can you see? So basically this line there, and then this line here. 250, and then that's pretty interesting. Alrighty. Darcy Allen, our member. Hello, Darcy. How's it going? Core Ultra 7 265K. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Firstly, you've chosen an amazing best bang for buck route. Okay, Darcy. Secondly, Intel is running an amazing deal, and they've actually sponsored some of the future integrations. But I'm going to tell you this anyway, because we're just making the integration right now. They're approving this. Basically, the Core Ultra 7 265K has been reduced in price, and it looks really, really affordable. Now, I have made this video about the $1,500 kind of creator PC, and we used the 14600K in there. Now, I should have gone with the 265K because that would have been within price range, because the motherboards are cheaper, the CPU is a little bit more expensive, but the motherboard's so much cheaper, so it's ridiculous. Look at that. Both of these, oh, we're cracking through this like no tomorrow. Is this warm? Yeah, it's warm. Whoo! Oh baby, we're cooking. CPU kind of just, you know, nothing. Okay, I'll just want to show you this. There you go. That's our threads. 128 threads kicking about. Memory, no problem. GPU 1, GPU 2, because it's got multiple, 2 decoders, it's decoding, oh sorry, encoders. So we've got 4 encoders in total. I'm super excited to see how this is gonna look like. What do I think about the Arc with 24 gigabytes of RAM? It sounds exciting. Oh yeah. It kind of doesn't make sense if you got 5090 GPU, but it's an amazing killer of just the competition in there. I'm seeing a little bit of a red there sometimes clipping. Can someone just confirm that my audio is not clipping here? Because, okay, so this is a 20-minute timeline, guys. And what we've done 3 minutes, and we're already more than halfway through. Bear in mind, the first half is going to take a lot longer because it's got color grade, which means the GPUs are going to have to do some work on it. The next part is going to go a lot faster. So once we get halfway through, so this is 8K footage now. This is red 8K, what you're seeing there. I'll show you these all in a minute. Let it do, okay, that's that. Can someone confirm the audio for me? Is the audio all right for you? 2 seconds. I'm going to get another monitor here because it's very hard for me to justify. Can you still hear me? Very hard for me to justify the actual. Okay, I need a HDMI cable. Where's the HDMI? Okay, I'll take this. Whew, it's warm in here. Okay, it's very hard for me to justify the actual like feel on the timeline if I've got such a delay on what I'm seeing right now. I've got a monitor up there, but it's running through this YOLO Live, and there's a bit of a delay in there. So we're just gonna put that. No, that's gonna be in the way. Where am I gonna put it? I'll put it just over here. There we go. Please don't die. Okay, that's gonna be in there. Okay, how's the audio? Audio okay. Do you recommend ultra-wide 34 inches for video editing? Yeah, I think it's amazing. I wouldn't mind. Okay. I'm just going to, okay. We are going to duplicate these displays. There we go. Oh, now the latency is a lot better. Okay, what we're doing now. Oh, have you crashed or what? What the heck's going on? Looks like it's crashed. Look at that. Okay, Enoch is actually asking if I have maxed out both 5090s on a workload yet. Okay, you want to see that? You want to see that? Okay, you've asked, I'll deliver. It's crashed. Maybe it's because it's a beta version or something like that. I'm just gonna cancel this right now, and I'll show you how I can do this. If you're doing any 3D rendering, then this is, you know, how you can do it. By the way, this PC is not mine. This is, I've built for a very special creator. This is going to be shipped to Netherlands very, very soon, but I just wanted to show you this beforehand. I've got a full dedicated video coming out, like what this is for, but just a little sneak peek. I'll show you them both in use. So if you're doing V-Ray, if you're doing Maya, Arnold, even Blender actually, lots of other applications allow you to render on both of these at the same time. So I've got both of them selected in here, as you can see. So we're going to press start. Now this is not going to be utilizing all of the GPU power because it's just how it works. But I can show you all of them 100% use. Like it uses all what is able to. Look, 81% used there. And then let's take a look. Look at that, 475 watts on one. And there was 400 and something, 440 on the other. So they're both 100% utilized, as you can see in there. And voila. Alrighty. There we go. 100% utilized. Look at that, it peaks to 480, both of them. Kind of 470. So we're pulling like around 900 watts of both of the GPUs. If you've watched the full video, I'm actually going to show you how this whole system can pull over 1600 watts from the wall. Okay, can you see how it's just rendering on both of these? What did we get here? Maximum. Okay, 484 on one, 488 on the other one. And this is a crazy, crazy score here on CUDA. So there we go. You can get both of them utilized. I'm just going to reset it. So let's take a look at... So how did I do it last time? Okay, I'm going to just leave it there about like this. And then we'll do this like that, so we can see perfectly well. Okay. And what about PCIe lanes? This Threadripper, I think it's got, is it 48 PCIe Gen 5? Oh my goodness, I can't remember now. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Ugh, they're all like in random order there. Alrighty, one. Alrighty, let's take a look, because I am interested in certain things, if they've improved. Okay, B-RAW is not going to work. I don't know why. 8K RAW, red, 12K, right. Let's go back to this. So this is basic one. Oh my goodness, it's just so smooth. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to show you this as well. Show drop frame indicator. Did you manage?
Yeah, they're both finished.
Do you wanna just whack them on export and I'll send them across and then we'll see what they say. That was about the Intel sponsorships, by the way. $1 billion. Wirehead, nice to see you there. Looks very interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a buttery smooth. So what's the shortcut for closing this? Okay, so 10-bit 420 H.265. Again, it's so buttery smooth. It just makes me sick. Okay. Now this is 25 frames per second, and this is interesting. Now this should be now accelerated on the GPU. Look at that, 422 H.264 10-bit. This was previously only CPU, like there was no hardware acceleration for this. I just want to see if it actually accelerates this. Like, oh, we have to see the decode. Decode 1. Oh, look at that. Are we using decode in here as well? Nope. Look, this GPU is playing it back. The CPU is just literally doing absolutely nothing, and we're playing this back. Finally, finally, finally. Oh my goodness. This has never been so smooth. Guys, as fast as I do this, that's how fast it plays it back. It's ridiculous. Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing the actual 50 series benefit of what's going on and how good it is. Oh my. So this is SI, so this is really not that hard to play back because it's really inter-frame because there's no compression on H.264 like this. But this is ridiculous. Absolutely crazy. No system. I mean, it just. I'm absolutely speechless. Okay, Cool VFX is saying here, when I'm scrubbing timeline, how many GPUs works? Is it still one or both? That's a very good question here. So this is 422 H.264. Let me put this on as well. So if I'm scrubbing through, you can see that both of them are actually in use. Something is happening in here. Let me see the first one. So I'm scrubbing and utilization is kind of very low in there. GPU memory is not really used in there. I don't see it because it doesn't necessarily need to use the other one. It just uses one, as you can see in here, because it's got two decoders in there. And look, if I'm scrubbing through here, you can see both decode 1 up there and then on the bottom there, then I'm actually scrubbing this back. But let's take a look at the actual wattage as well. So on idle, one of them is 35 and then the other one is about 25 watts. If I'm scrubbing through here, let's take a look. One of them is 70 watts, the other one 151. So yes, actually, I am being corrected here. Both of the GPUs are being utilized, but not to the effect that I would expect them to be both. Both of them do some work, and it's oh my word! I am going to upgrade all of my editors to 5090 because that is crazy. That's absolute. Oh my word! I'm going to have to talk to some sponsors to see if we can upgrade them to 5090 because that's ridiculous. The smoothness. Oh. Does anyone understand? Bro is learning 1 kilowatt. Bro. It's almost 2, okay? It's almost 2 kilowatts, this. But hey, what color is your Bugatti? Eh? It's that type of thing. But believe it or not, this is not just like a play around. Errol, who's going to get this PC, he's absolutely going to utilize everything in this. So I'm going to move forward because I want to see when we get to the higher bits. But this is just, okay, 422. Okay, let's put this on as well. Ooh, oh my word. So 60 frames per second, 422 10-bit H.264. I'm scrubbing it, and it's just like, it's like I've put some like 360p like footage on it, and then scrubbing it through like there's no tomorrow. Like some absolutely, it's mental. It's so smooth, it's ridiculous. Just gonna put it on the side a little bit so I'll get a better view of you guys. But this is, oh my word, it's so. Let's move forward. This is H.265 10-bit 420. Interestingly, this doesn't seem like as buttery smooth, or maybe it's because I'm too zoomed out. Oh yeah. No, obviously it is buttery smooth, and I'm using the CPU and GPU, sorry, on this. But I feel like the 420, I've had better playback on this on Intel QuickSync, even though like this should be as, actually I don't know, it's as good. Do you know what? I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm going to go preferences here. Just making sure that the memory here, yeah, that I have 167 gigabytes available for this. Hey, link media, please. There we go. See, we don't need Intel anymore. We don't need Intel anymore because that's so buttery smooth. Oh my goodness me. Darcy Allen, the price of one RTX 5090 is the same as one of my PCs. Yeah, by the way, in the UK, the 5090s aren't that bad. In the US, they're like $1,000 more expensive than in the UK. I guess in the UK, just the buying power is so low, they're thinking, let's just lower the price, no one's still going to buy them anyway. That's hilarious. I'm just telling you that anything I've thrown at it right now has been so buttery smooth, it just kind of makes you sick and jealous and think that maybe I should actually finance my kidney because it's so ridiculous. Okay. Just DCI 4K, 60 frames per second, Canon RAW. Just so buttery smooth. Two of them on top of each other. Just nothing. It's like the PC is saying like, hey, like, can you give me something to actually work on? Because like, it's nothing here. In Canada, the cheapest is over 3,700 Canadian. Well, actually, if you convert that to pounds in here right now, I have, we bought them just around 2,200, I think, something like that. 2,200 each, but it's pounds, so. Okay, this is an interesting comment. Someone says that AI would do it for you. Honestly, I have tested lots of different AI things behind the scenes, and I can confidently say it still sucks. Unless you're doing some very basic like cutting thing. But if you want to create something, I don't see AI cutting a movie, not quite yet. And it just sucks. It sucks big time, so I'm not. So, I mean, I'm optimistic about AI, but it's so far I haven't seen anything. I was almost thinking that, oh, maybe, you know, I could give this to one of my editors that say that the rough cut we can use some of the tools, but it was so bad we were like, oh man, it's best to do it ourselves. Okay, this 4K Red Raw is just like waste of time even testing. Oh, this would be interesting actually. This is 120 frames per second, 4 to 0, 8-bit. 4K, and there's 10-bit next to it as well. I'm just gonna press play. No way. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. This is the first time I've seen it play back without any frames dropped. That's why we have 5090. Oh my. This is H.264 422. Look at these decoders. They're just doing its work. I don't know why there's 5 encoders. There should be only 3. Well, there's 6 encoders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What the heck, NVIDIA? Maybe it's because it's pulling the encoders from both of the GPUs, but not the decoders. Because there should be 3 encoders and 2 decoders. Guys, I'm just letting you know, this is absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen this actually work. I've never seen 120 frames per second at full resolution with a color grade, played back, 0 frames dropped. And it's like, can you give me something to work on? Because it is just ridiculous. I mean, buttery smooth again, scrubbing through, and it's that. It's meant to. If you want to, Ludwig is saying, if you want me to check out some of the PCs, I always get back to my Minect messages. There's a lot of DMs and emails that I'm getting about this. Unfortunately, I can't get back to anybody or everybody. So if you do want to reach out and Minect. The link is in the description below as well. I'll always get back to Minect messages. There is a small fee, but that kind of filters people who really need help, but it's a very, very small fee. 5K Red Raw. What's the problem? What's the problem? No problem. No problem. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, this is 6K Red Raw. Firstly, I want to press play because I want to see if our CPU is actually... The CPU is just doing almost nothing. It almost feels like I've got some proxies in the background. It's mental. Enoch is saying that it is showing 6 encoders on my 5090 as well. I don't know. What about one 5090? Well, what about 2? Okay? What about 2? Look at that. It's just... Like, this is 6K Red Raw footage with a color grade on top. Can you see? 0 frames dropped. I haven't seen this go to yellow yet. Okay, one of the GPUs is pulling 160 watts, the other one about 60. It's mental. Okay, this is some Komodo footage. Buttery smooth. I mean... We're at 6K Red Raw right now, and it's saying like, come on, hold my beer. Let's see the next one. This, I have never seen playback at full resolution. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put the task manager on. Let's see what happens here. Oh, sorry, here. No way. No flipping way. No. No, 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 no. This is not possible. It's... Okay, now I see why people maybe buy a Threadripper and use it. I think my Threadripper, because I recently like kind of packed down my Threadripper because I had a wrong GPU. Oh, it went yellow. We dropped 11 frames. Did you see the in use usage? About 60 something like that GPU. I mean RAM. This is full resolution Canon RAW 8K. And it's just like, yeah, might as well just leave it at full resolution because you can. Oh my word. Jensen and Lisa have cooked an absolute soup here. Did anyone catch that? Look at that. Let's see how much VRAM, actually. Let's see how much VRAM we have been using. Memory allocated. On one of them, maximum 2.7. And then on the other one, memory allocated. Look at that. 19.7 gigabytes. So we've allocated quite a lot, actually. So this was 8K. Let's try red 8K, full resolution. Firstly, scrubbing. It's like 720p on it. I promise you, there's no proxies. But this is the first time I'm testing a Threadripper system with 5090s, and I'm seeing like a full potential. I've either had the Threadripper with 4090 or Threadripper with 4080 or something like that, and it hasn't like quite been like this. This is mental. I'm not sure if you understand how crazy this is. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, I'm going to keep saying that, but it... Look at this. Each frame is about 25 megapixels. 25 frames per second. Red RAW. It's mental. I'm going to press play. Okay, we did get a little bit more memory allocated now. 22 gigabytes. And then 2.7 on the other one. So we've kind of capped the 24 gigabytes of 4090 now. I have never ever seen something like that. This is like one of those PCs that proxies. What's that? I don't need that. There we go. I mean, I'd be curious testing two 5070 Ti's because they have two encoders and two decoders. Like, what would that performance be like? So that would be kind of like, would save. You should probably get like two 5070 Ti's for the price of one 5090, but would we get the same performance? Because that right now is just bonkers. Because I would love to know, like, if we maxed out the VRAM of one of the GPUs, would it dip into the other one? Or how would that work? Because right now, I don't think we're gonna. Oh, man, I can't show you the 12 KB RAW. I don't know why is it not showing that. I don't know what the problem there is. Let me just say, this is the most ridiculous thing I have ever tried. Okay, and now DaVinci Resolve fans, it's your turn. Chadrick is saying that he had two 5080s but didn't get the benefit in DaVinci Resolve beta. Righty. There we go. Okay, and then now these as well. Where is it? Man, I can't see. Link full resolution media, go on then. Yeah, there we go. So, here we are on this, and let me take a look at, obviously, DaVinci Resolve is not as good. Well, it doesn't feel as smooth. Honestly, it doesn't feel as smooth. And maybe because DaVinci Resolve caps like the playback on 24 frames per second, the playback frame rate. So, like when you play back, obviously it can play back, and it can play back everything here. I want to go with the 12K. Where is the timelines for the 12K B-roll? I'm gonna put the color grade on. So if we're gonna see here, we've got a few nodes. We've got curves, LUT 1, LUT 2, and then noise reduction, which is quite heavy noise reduction on it. I'm just gonna press play. It does play back 24 frames per second. Look at that, no problem. Kind of easy for it, but it's because it doesn't play the full resolution. DaVinci Resolve is like funny like that. No, it's not the monitor refresh. It's so I've spoken about this before, but basically in Premiere Pro, when you put something on the timeline, it tries to play back the native clip resolution back, whereas DaVinci Resolve almost like proxies things already. So if I've got a timeline, if you have to set the project, and then the project like preference in here, it playback frame rate. Let's say you want 24 frames because the output later on is going to be 24. Unless you like output 60, you're probably not going to want to see it 60. Let's say you want to output 24 frames per second, your whatever, then you're going to see the timeline playback at 24 frames per second. So let's say you drop a 60 frames per second clip on the timeline. There's no need to see it in 60 frames per second. It's just going to play 24 frames per second. So it skips some of the frames in the clips, basically, and then also plays it back at the timeline resolution, which would be here Ultra HD. So it wouldn't be like 12K. Let's see if can I put 12K on here? No, it doesn't even have that option, I don't think. There's 8K. Okay, let's say 8K timeline. Can I play that back? Still plays it back. It's no problem. So it doesn't really change anything there. So it's a little bit different how DaVinci Resolve. And I get it why DaVinci Resolve wants to do it that way, because it kind of just gives you smoother timeline performance and already, you know, makes it smoother for you. Whereas Premiere Pro, you'd have to make proxies. But I prefer it a little bit on Premiere Pro way, because it just gives you what it is rather than will give you something, you know, less or whatever. So there is, where's the final render? Okay, this is the final render timeline. Okay, let's export it. YouTube 1080p. So this is what we had before there. 24 frames per second, the same ones what we had on Premiere Pro. We're going to add to render queue. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to put it to here. Okay, there we go. Here it is. I'm gonna make this smaller. Righty, and let's see what happens now. We're gonna press render all. Let's take this. Ugh. There we go. Now we're utilizing some GPUs. Look at that, 404, 366. GPU kind of, look, one of the GPUs 100% utilized. 10 gigs of VRAM used on one, and then about 9.7 on the other as well. Okay, we're really pushing now. Let's see if DaVinci Resolve completes this. Okay, let's see. Weep that render mule, says Wirehead. This is 20-minute timeline, by the way. And it says 5 minutes remaining. And we've done it maybe about 1 minute already. And I've got heavy noise reduction on it. We're pulling 800 watts on the GPUs. DaVinci Resolve is so efficient on memory. It does like to use a little bit more VRAM. Or 12 plus 10. Interestingly, it does use both of the GPUs. Fascinating. Memory, 28 gigs, be fine. CPU is just like kind of idle in there, it doesn't do anything. You can see easily like which GPU is on the top and which is on the bottom. The top GPU is obviously quite a bit heavier. I mean, not heavier. It is a bit hotter, 67 compared to the 61. So it's about 7 to 10 degrees difference. But look at that. We've got a power button here in the front. What we can do is, I'm just going to put the glass back. Okay, so in some ways we're going to be choking this system, some would say, okay? But then there's a button on the top there. Now the fans are going to go 100% speed, and look what happens to the GPUs. Oh, a lot of hot air comes out from the back, but they get a lot of cool air in there as well. This is when you want to render, just like hit it on and boom. Ah, how hot is it in the room? Yes. Can someone see this? Can you see what this says? 29 degrees. Someone has said, should water cool these? You could, but you don't actually need to. Because when you do rendering like that, you just put that one on and look at that. We're at 65 degrees on both of them. We are cooling down. So they get a lot of cool air from the bottom if you just put the max on 100% speed. Because there's two 200mm fans in the front, and they're 30mm thick, so they're thick boys and they scoop a lot of air. Okay, Kabir is saying it's been 5 minutes. Yeah, fresh air was key, but I think it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. But I think this airflow inside this case is just absolutely fantastic. Look at those now. We're at 60 degrees, so it's no problem at all. I can turn the fans down. Look at it. Does it tell you how many frames per second it does it as well? Does it render around 100 frames per second? It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Let me take this off. Can you see, guys? We just completed a 20-minute timeline render. That the first 10 minutes have got heavy noise reduction, heavy 2 LUTs, curves, just like mental. They're not meant to be nice. They just to really put some strain on the footage. Then the other half is just pure. And we did it in about 5 minutes. That means that every 4 seconds of the timeline, it renders in 1 second. Why not? It's just, let's do it. I mean, I'm kind of running out of things how to stress this system. Because, I mean, the next thing is to build a 3 RTX 5090 system. Should we? I've got something planned. I've got something in here. But I just want to show you this first. Guys, it's super impressive. I don't know what to say. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Interestingly, on both of these systems in DaVinci Resolve, I can see that we utilize 22 gigs of VRAM on one and about 20 on the other one. So just bear in mind, DaVinci Resolve loves to use a lot more VRAM. Premiere Pro is the other way. Premiere Pro loves to use a lot of RAM. We didn't use a lot of RAM at all here. What did we do? What did we do? Committed maximum. Oh, we did have 114 at some point. I can't remember when that was, but right. Last questions. Oh, this one was here. Yes, I would love that. I've already asked NVIDIA, but they're ignoring my email for now. Now, in all honesty, if you're doing video editing, one of the 5090s is well enough. Okay, you don't need two. But this particular PC is not for video editing. This is for 3D rendering, character design, animation, things like that. So that's why we have two 5090s in there. How does it compare against the Mac? What's Mac? Like at this point, there's no comparison, because the 50 series is the only hardware on the market that can do hardware acceleration and decoding of 10-bit 422 H.264, which is very common, but Mac can't do it, and this is a lot better. Yeah, why not just have it too? Okay, how much does this PC cost? Well, go into the description below, look at the listing of all of them, and then see how much it adds up. Okay. Much respect for this hardware. Same for me. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope this was entertaining and gave you a little bit of a glimpse of what two RTX 5090s can do. Stick around for the full video. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for all the channel members who joined this chat. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.